Hi there. Today we are going to be doing a prenatal breathing exercise. So why don't we go over to our mats and give it a try. Now, if you are in your third trimester or you're having any sort of mobility challenges, this could always be performed as a variation seated in a chair. So I always leave my chair out so everyone knows that's an option. Otherwise, we'll come down to the ground. You could also even do this seated on a couch if you need a little bit more comfort and support in your bed when you first get up. There's a lot of options, which is kind of one of the things I love about yoga. So the very first thing we're going to do is just get grounded and take some nice deep belly breaths. Now you could sit in Siddhasana with one leg in front of the other if that's comfortable in your body. You could always sit with Baddha Konasana or butterfly legs, or you could sit in a simple easy pose like Sukhasana. I always tend to end up with one leg up just because that's what's comfortable in my body. So I'm going to take one hand and I'm going to place it on my heart. And I'm going to take another hand and I'm going to place it on my belly. And this is a great time during prenatal yoga to really connect with the baby. You might feel it moving as you take a breath. And also we want to remember that as our belly grows, we might not have the same capacity for a deep breath that we had when we first started our practice. And that's okay. That makes perfect sense. So only take as full and as deep of a breath as is comfortable in your body. So let's start. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. And we're just going to breathe in and breathe out. Nice and slowly. Good work. Let's try that one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. And one last one. Just get really grounded. Feel your sits bones sinking into the ground and sitting up nice and tall with your head over your heart and your heart over your hips. Breathe in and let it all the way out. Great job. So now I was going to teach us flower breath. Flower breath is one of my favorite breaths, and I think it's great for prenatal because you're opening and closing buds, and it really feels like a time in your life when you're kind of opening yourself up. You're opening to new occurrences, new possibilities, things you didn't expect or even know about. So it's a great time to have an open-mindedness, and it's also a great time to just be open in your body as well. So I brought my blocks. For flower pose, what we start with is we bring our feet together, the soles of the feet together. Now, if you have super open hips, depending what trimester you're on, your hips may come right down to the ground and you might feel completely comfortable in this position. I always want to recommend kicking your feet a little further out just to make room for the growing belly. But if this is not comfortable and it's just not good feeling in your hips, you can use blocks for support. I brought 2 blocks. I have different height blocks, so it kind of depends on the height of your legs. But you can find where they fit well. Maybe they feel good under the shins. Maybe it feels good under your hips to support in that way. You could also roll up a blanket and place that under the hips on each side. So find a spot that's comfortable for your legs. Keep those feet together. And then once you're comfortable, sit up nice and tall. And in traditional flower pose, we hold our core in and we bring our hands under our legs. So it would look like this. Now, for most people in prenatal, if we're in the first trimester even, we might be there depending on our practice, but we might be feeling the effects of nausea, and that's not really a recommended position. So we're going to let the blocks do the work for us, and then I'm going to give us a couple options for our arms. We could rest them right here on our knees or our thighs and open and close our hands this way. If we want something that's a little more dynamic, we could lift our arms up. We could even have them in the sky if we want to kind of be a big flower opening up and closing. Or if you want to be a little closer to the traditional pose, you can put your hands beneath your legs with supported legs and open and close kind of just right into the ground. So wherever feels good for you, give it all a try. On the legs, raising them up, way in the sky, under, whatever feels good. Find a position that feels good in your body today. And we're going to breathe in, open up our hands, and breathe out, close them back into fists. Now we're going nice and slowly here. Breathe in, open up those hands, breathe out, close them into fists. And we're remembering those belly breaths we took in the beginning. Nice full breaths. Breathe in, open up the hands, breathe out, close into fists, and do one last one. Sitting up tall, check that your shoulders are down and back. Breathe in and breathe out. Great work. Thanks for practicing with me today.